Hey there, it's July 1st, 2021. I'm at the Venetian Resort in Las Vegas, Nevada. My name's Chris Rich, I'm a Christian, and I'm also a poker player. Now, yesterday I played in a 1-3 no-limit game, and I spent a good portion of the morning playing against elusive passive opponents, and I was able to use some bigger bets in certain situations to get them to fold because of my table image. I was able to boost my stack a little bit here and there and slowly build. Now, about midway through the game, I was able to get another opponent to go all in against me when I had flopped a straight, got lucky and flopped a straight. And so that proved profitable. And then I spent the rest of the day pretty much just ditching hands and then ended after about 5.5 hours of play. So I got involved in a good conversation with a guy from Washington, D.C. He's currently at the Naval Academy in Washington, or in Annapolis, and it was really a good conversation. And so he's got one more year to graduate. He's out here and just taking a break, and he was playing poker and having a good time. He's got a history in the Navy. His father was a fighter pilot. His grandfather was a submariner in World War II. And so a really good history there leading him through the military. I was able to use that by concentrating on what I had talked about previously in the last video about, okay, how can I step back, see what they're talking about, use an experience I have, or use what they're having and they're talking about as a lead-in. And it just so happens that I was able to use the Navy aspect to lead in to a portion of my life when I had been in the Navy. My father was in the Navy. I went into the Navy. My brother was in the Navy, and my brother was killed while he was in the Navy, and that really affected me in my life. And I was able to use that and those components to then talk about how that kind of led me down a dark path and a dark road to where my life was in a shambles, and I was just really sinful. And it wasn't until I turned to Christianity, to turn to Jesus and accepted Him, that I got my life back on track and realized who I was and what the path I was really on, where that was leading me. But I was able to use that Navy part to actually bring up the fact that I was a Christian. Now, it didn't go much beyond there, or beyond just mentioning that I was a Christian. He seemed to kind of slough that off and didn't have really any interest in talking about that aspect at all. Now, a failure in my part was to take that. I mean, basically all I did was mention that I was a Christian, but I wasn't able to identify ways to take that a little further. I wasn't, instead of talking about the sin aspects in my life that I needed to that I needed Jesus for, and that salvation, what I ended up doing was talking about just the path I was on and my destructive lifestyle. And so what I really needed to do was bring in why we need Jesus and why why we need Him as a Savior, and what Christianity really is about. So that's what I learned. That's what I did, and here's what I'm going to do moving forward. Once again, I'm going to try to recognize these components in these conversations that I can use to introduce Jesus, introduce Christianity, and then I'm going to try to further that and lead that down a conversational path that introduces the need for Jesus as a Savior. So I'm going to go play. I will let you guys know tomorrow how it went today. God bless everybody, and I will get back to you.